What does it mean to communicate by accident? And why is this question important for the Stuttering Commons? If you have ever been to speech language therapy, or if you have ever taken voice or speech training of any kind, or if you're a teacher or do a lot of public speaking for your work, you're probably intuitively aware of how unnatural your voice can sound when you adopt an official voice, a voice that isn't authentically your own. I'm aware of it right now in this video. I'm reading from a script because I couldn't find the right words in a more conversational style. Presentations at work or school, toasts or weddings, or speeches at momentous occasions in our lives, sound bites for social media campaigns. These are terrifying moments for most people, not just for people who stutter or stammer. One of the tricks of the modern world has played One of the tricks that the modern world has played on us is that we have all come to believe that having an official, fluent voice is success in life. In our desires for fluency, we cast out all the unwanted noises, stutters, stammers, blocks, and hesitations from our authentic voices. But I want us to think about how deeply problematic this cultural belief is. Because really, when we privilege our official fluent voices, we turn our listeners into audiences. We place a distance between speaker and listener. We become corporate. We become top-down speakers of knowledge. We become transactional. We become what Joshua St. Pierre calls a talking head. This is the trade-off if we want fluency in our lives. The French philosopher Michel de Certeau argues that modern discourses of all kinds, and I'm going to quote him here, close off themselves to that which emerges where voice ruptures or interrupts a series of propositions. He claims further that a fragility disappears from discourse in modern institutions, with the erasures of stammers, hesitations and vocal tics, or lapses and drifting sounds. The interlocutor is removed to a distance, transformed into audience. By contrast, conversation reopens the surface of discourse to these noises of otherness. As it approaches its addressee, speech becomes fragile. Different voices disrupt the organizing system of meaning. I love this statement by de Certeau because it reminds me every day that modern life can be cruel or dastardly in its institutions and systems, even in those that profess to help people. People who stutter are intimately aware of this impossible demand for fluency. When we stutter or stammer, we don't fail in our speech. We introduce accidents into discourse. We let speech become fragile. We allow for the creative and productive ways that accidents of all kinds disrupt the smooth order and operation of things. We let conversation govern our relations with others when we accept the fragilities of speech. When we stutter, we dwell in pockets of unquantified time. For many of our listeners, this dwelling in accidental speech is deeply, deeply uncomfortable. But the discomfort that we see in the eye rolls and the expressions of annoyance or disgust in those who encounter our dysfluencies is evidence not of a preference for fluency in modern life and how we have failed to achieve it, but rather a revelation of how profoundly mean-spirited the expectation for fluent communication can be. Fluency commodifies relationships, and by that I mean it reduces our relationships with other people and their voices to time-based transactions. In contrast, accidents in our speech demand pause, dwelling, care, and sympathy. They demand an encounter with fragility and honest speech.